Hi, this is Kirsten.
This is Jay from Loki and Friends.
And today we're going to be talking to you why you should be adopting your pet rat from a shelter, if at all possible. I know sometimes it's not. I know if you had your heart set on a little rat for a long time, you might just want it now, and that may or may not happen with shelters, but if they are, I think that is definitely the way to go. Mm-hmm. Jay, do you want to say why?
Yeah, because in my opinion, the reason why adopting from a shelter is so beneficial, I guess would be the word, is because you're adopting something that was, that once had a home and they either didn't want it anymore or they couldn't take care of it anymore, and you're giving it a second chance to having a better life, which they're most likely, no matter how nice a shelter may or may not be, they're not going to have that there. And you're giving it the chance to be loved again and to have, even if it's an older rat, you're still giving it the chance to have the last few months or a year or so of their life be extraordinary.
Yeah. I think that's a very good thing. And also, just like, if you are interested in rats or you already have a love of rats, you already know that they are not really as likely to be well received by the public. Giving an animal that will probably be put down. We adopted our two latest boys, Andy and Ollie. The people that interviewed Jay, they said that when they had rats in them before, they most likely don't get adopted, and they unfortunately have to put them down because, there are so many animals that just get abandoned and neglected, and they don't have enough room to keep them all, and especially rats, because unfortunately they're not as popular or as, cool or cuddly. They are cuddly, but they're not as seen as cuddly.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think of it
they want a hamster, they want a dog, or they want this. So if you have even the slightest inclination to rats, or if you have a long passion the way that we do, it's just great to just check there at first, or a rat rescue, but especially she's walking her cats. Especially, I'm losing my track because she's walking her cats and they're gigantic. They look like bobcats.
I think the bottom one is a bobcat.
She has a pet bobcat.
I'm gonna get the camera. She is walking her cats. Her pet bobcat, it looks like. Holy shit. That is the greatest thing I've seen in my entire life. I have never seen a woman walk her cats before.
She's so cavalier. At first I thought it was like a kid and like a stuffed animal.
I thought it was like a little dog, like one of those Pomeranians or something.
No, that's a bobcat. I'm trying to make a serious PR thing, and then you just see a lady casually walking her pet cat.
Well, she's giving them
a good home.
Not even walking them. She has them in a stroller.
Yeah, well, they're technically being walked, but they are not walking.
Cats don't like to walk. Psh.
Well, some of them do.
Well, they do.
If you train them to. But that's besides the point. We're talking about rats here. We're not talking about dang bobcats. I'm sure they need homes, but not for normal people.
Anyways.
Ice cream truck.
Yeah. We digress.
For me, that's just the thought of any animal. Any single animal being put down is heartbreaking. But I don't have the resources, nor is it legal to have 1,000 dogs.
No.
But you can have, 3, 4 rats easier, especially if you already know how to take care of them. Especially if you have a huge cage. Once you have invested in that, adding a couple of rats isn't that.
It's not that.
Yeah, I'm not promoting rat hoarding here. That's not the whole point is. We're not exactly one to talk here. We have 6 of them.
And we would have more too if we had more money. We're not gonna lie.
And more room.
Yeah.
There's 6 of them. They outnumber us in a room. But that's besides. But, I don't know. As Andy and Ollie they were just the sweetest things, considering they were supposed to be street rats.
Oh, because it'll give them the last part of their lives that they would not
Well,
be
I
able
mean,
to
you
get.
can even find young ones if you happen to be in an area that has a lot of rats or has a big shelter system. I know it's not always possible because not all, I don't know if all shelters take in rats, or if they do, they keep them. It's different for every area, but it's worth at least a look because sometimes you could get even young ones. I've seen tiny ones, I've seen older ones, but the median, I would say, is about a year.
Yeah.
I'd say after they're cute and tiny, and they start getting older, people start to lose interest, just like with any other animal.
Yeah.
When they realize that this is something that needs attention.
Then they'll start losing interest.
Yes. But yes. When we first looked to be adopt rats, they didn't have any, so we ended up getting some.
From a pet store.
Yes.
From a local pet store. I mean, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
It's better than, the mainstream ones.
But
yeah, the main thing is just if you can, it comes to like the same thing with any animal. If you can adopt it from a shelter, then, do it.
They're not any more aggressive. They're not any more disease.
Less than.
If anything, that I would say I would say if you have a decent shelter, they're healthier there than they are at a Pet Smart, because they have less rats. First of all, they're more attentive to them, and they just they're better equipped.
I think they do like more like
testing,
tests and screening.
Exactly.
And
so it's a lot safer of a bet than going to PetSmart, which you have a very
50-50
good
chance
of it being healthier or not. Well, basically, even if they are a little older, and I understand that rats have a smaller lifespan and you want as much as you can with them, but depending on the rat, some of them live to be 1, some of them 2, some of them 3 or 4. Jay's had 2 that has lived to be 4, and they were. But even if they live 1 year, and if you're just testing the waters, I would say that's
kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
Then you have them when they're the most mature. And I'm not gonna lie, not all rats live to be super
Yeah, I can't promise you that,
Yeah. But they're at like the height of their maturity and also personality. So that's kind of good if you're just wanting to test the waters.
Exactly. Like, you could see how they are. Like, the way that Tepin was as a baby was actually kind of shy and reserved and nervous, which I understand. But now as an adult, she's the most loving, caring, affectionate creature on the face of the earth.
Yeah.
And Shemaya was, she's very outgoing. She's still outgoing, but she's kind of standoffish, and she loves, but you could see what you're getting into. With the babies, they're kind of like la da 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 da. Like,
you never really know.
And they sleep a lot. Babies sleep a lot. So if you want something to interact with you, actually a little bit more mature of a rat could actually be better, because literally the first month we had Shemaya and Tepin, all they did was sleep.
That's all they did. And they fell asleep on our hands and on our chest, and it was adorable.
Yeah, they're cute, but they're little babies.
That's why you should adopt from shelters if you can.
Yes.
And avoid like big time pet stores. Please, I am saving you. I know they're cute. I know you want to save them. But you will be spending a lot of money, and there will be a lot of heartbreak. You guys have a good day. See you later.
Bye.